In the dimly lit attic, Leo, the cat, roamed, trying to find a peaceful and cozy spot, sniffing around the old things scattered about. Meow! There must be somewhere up here I can make myself comfortable, Leo thought, sniffing every corner of the attic. The place wasn't particularly tidy. The attic was considered the junk room of the house. It was where anything that was no longer needed could be found. Old dresses, dusty lampshades, worn-out suitcases, and abandoned travel souvenirs from faraway countries lay scattered on the floor. Time-worn pictures leaned against the walls, wrapped in cloth, where there had no longer been a suitable place for them to be displayed in the apartment. All this surrounded the cat as he searched for a satisfactory place to settle. Meow! Why does my family keep all of this junk? He thought, wrinkling his nose at all the dust. It smells awfully musty in here. Plus, it's gloomy, with only these little skylights. And all these cobwebs everywhere are not very inviting. Well, meow. What I won't do is to find some peace and quiet. At that moment, Leo was actually better off in the attic than anywhere else in the house. A burst water pipe in the bathroom had thrown the main living area into chaos. The whole living room was underwater, and all of the carpets were soaked. It had probably happened when Leo was sleeping on the warm windowsill because he hadn't even noticed. He had woken up hungry, and it was only when he jumped down to the floor that he realized what a mess the room was. Meow! Wet paws are not for cats, he thought. He had looked around for a dry patch, but the water was everywhere. Where did all of this water come from? He wondered. In one leap, he jumped back onto the windowsill to wait. A short while later, his family entered the room with buckets. They asked their friends and even their neighbors to help. They all wore rubber boots, right in the middle of the living room. Leo, sensing his owner's panic, was then unceremoniously lifted from the windowsill and sat down in the halfway on the ladder leading up to the attic. It's going to be a few days until we get all of this dry and back to the way it was, they told him. That's why Leo was now in the attic, trying to find a peaceful place to rest. After a thorough examination of the space, he found it quite exciting to look out of the open skylight. Wow, it's pretty high up here. I wonder what it would be like to walk on the roof, he thought. Leo had never tried such a daring thing before, thought to himself. I'll just go out to the chimney to see how the view is from there. As he jumped onto the roof, feeling strong and brave, Leo strutted from one end of the roof to the other and discovered a bird nest in the gutter. He watched excitedly as birds flew into the nest with a worm in their beaks and flew away again. When he lost interest in the birds, he leaned against the chimney and enjoyed the warm rays of sun and the gentle breeze. But, unfortunately, his newfound peace did not last. Suddenly, down in the courtyard, the sirens of several police cars were wailing. Leo was startled and set rooted to the spot. Before he could look down to see what they were after, he saw a man approaching. He had a large, heavy bag on his back and had just climbed onto the roof. Now he was making his way towards the chimney where Leo was hiding. Leo didn't make a single sound. He would have liked to escape, but he didn't dare to look out from behind the chimney. Somehow he knew this man was the trouble. "What's this freaking man doing on the roof?" thought Leo, anxiously as he circled the chimney again and again to avoid being discovered. He remained wary of the stranger's presence, unsure of his intentions. From below, an announcement sounded from the police loudspeaker. "Attention! Close all doors and windows immediately. A dangerous thief is on the loose in the vicinity. I repeat, close all doors and windows immediately. A dangerous thief is on the loose in the vicinity." What am I supposed to do now? Are thieves dangerous to cats too? He briefly wondered. But there wasn't time for that now. He had to act. As the man was about to hoist the large heavy bag from his shoulder and toss it down the chimney, Leo mustered all of his courage. He arched his back, leapt out from behind the chimney, and hissed at the thief like a lion. Then, with a swift motion, he darted through the skylight back to his family's attic, slamming the window shut behind him. The thief was so startled that he lost his balance and began to slide off the roof. Just in time, he managed to grab hold of the gutter. His heavy bag tumbled down and landed with a thud in the yard. The police then alerted by the commotion. They looked up and discovered the thief. Now, all they had to do was just to pull him down and take him to the police station. Leo had never expected such excitement. "No one is going to believe all of this," he thought to himself. "My family is so busy, I'm sure they didn't even notice." A short time later, Leo's family came up to the attic, still in rubber boots and visibly exhausted. They had brought him something to eat. They opened the skylight, stuck their heads out of the window, and peered at the chimney. "Oh, Leo, how brave you are! Just think, a thief tried to escape across our roof. The police asked us if we have a cat because the thief kept repeating, 'If the cat hadn't been there, you would never have caught me.'" If only you knew. Leo grinned, letting himself to be pet briefly before eagerly digging into his meal. He truly earned it.